Meteorologist Sean Sublette from the Richmond Times-Dispatch, and a brief review of where the storms hit across Metro RVA on Saturday night. Here we're looking at the rainfall totals that were derived from the radar. So basically, anything you see here in blue is where we had rain last night. And not surprisingly, much farther northward from downtown Richmond or even into northern Henrico, Hanover, northern stretches of Goochland County missed out on this almost entirely last night, though the worst of the weather certainly was south of the James River. Looking more specifically at where some of the storm reports came in from yesterday evening, for the most part, it was across Chesterfield County. Actually, a lot of these storms started much farther westward, back toward Cumberland, Amelia, and Powhatan. But, here's Richmond as we go southward to Chester, down toward Matoaka and Petersburg. So most of it is central, southern, and western Chesterfield County. Swift Creek to Mosley, numerous trees down. A lot of trees down in and around Brandonville from the storms last night. Similarly, if you go farther northward toward Robius and Huguenot Road, multiple trees down there also. We see a similar situation, Pocahontas State Park, numerous trees down there, including one off Linchester Drive. And then farther eastward toward I-95, Drury's Bluff, Hopkins and Meadowdale, similar, going farther southward, Robertson Street in Chester, and also trees down at Beulah and Hopkins Road as well. So most of what we have is trees down in that part of Chesterfield County. Farther northward, it's not that bad at all, actually. So it shows you the nature of these storms. If you're heading out today, as we've been talking about the last 2 or 3 days, the hot stuff is done. The weather for the rest of this Sunday is going to be just fine. If you're going to the race, no worries at all. Take the sunscreen. It's going to be mostly sunny through this afternoon. Not as hot and not as humid. Much more manageable for this afternoon in Richmond and heading northward toward Fredericksburg. Temperatures holding in the mid-80s this afternoon, down 10 to 12 degrees from what we had yesterday. And even through this evening, no worries at all. Next time there'll be any kind of rain will be farther northward from Richmond up toward Fredericksburg and D.C. first thing on Monday morning. This reminder to get all of your videos using our Virginia Video Network app, and as always, subscribe to the Richmond Times-Dispatch.